What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I wanted to put this in the beginning. Of course, we are coming to you live from Gotham Production Studios, which is our home here for X Drinking Buddy. Remember to subscribe on Patreon, patreon.com/Brennan Tassif. You can also follow on social media at X Drinking Buddy on Instagram, Twitter, and follow me at Brennan T Comedy on all social media. Check out BrennanTComedy.com for the upcoming shows. And don't forget to get your X Drinking Buddy merch. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Boom. That's it. Easy peasy.
Grab me a beer and grab me a coke. We bout to sit for an hour, bullshit and tell jokes. And please don't mix it up, cause he done sobered up. Brennan T Comedy on your social media feeds. And Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Brennan Tassif is your X Drinking Buddy. I'm your host, Brennan Tassif. If you're new to the program, quick rundown of the show. I used to be everyone's favorite drinking buddy. It was my favorite thing to do. Hang out with friends, get drunk, do drugs, get in all sorts of trouble, and then reminisce about those crazy stories. I am sober now, but it is still one of my favorite things to do, hang out with somebody and reminisce about the crazy old days. Most weeks I'll be joined by a guest. This week is no exception. The bi-coastal man is back. Cab Washington.
Yo, what's up? And I'm more bi-coastal than ever. You see the tan? It's still fully intact. Okay.
What's up, dude?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Thanks for
Not
having
much,
me back,
man. Of course.
See that beard growing thick, my
Got-
boy?
got to.
Yo,
Got
my
to.
man glue up. You saw that? It's the cab effect. It's the cab effect. That's right.
Plug everything up front. Running Late Comedy. Running Late is not just doing comedy anymore.
Yo.
Let everybody know what's up.
Yo, so we are doing comedy, but now we're doing a comedy variety show. So artists, dancers, I'm saying artists like musicians, dancers, all alternative performances. Yo, come to the front. We're not just doing stand-up. Also doing an interview with an amazing guest, with an amazing cast. Jaja's hair braiding. So we're bringing actors, all creatives, non-comedy now. Come to the front. We're taking y'all in. We're doing something special, an all-purpose show. Come through for that. That's
Running
right.
Late. Where's that? You have Instagram for that?
Yeah. So same thing, same account. It's basically be like Running Late presents.
Okay.
Running Late with Cab. So like Mo won't be. We usually tag team up top.
Yeah.
But instead it would just be me like hosting and like kind of on like a late show type of format where you
Okay.
like see an avant-garde intro or like a In Living Color type of thing. Where
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, that's sick.
dancing up front. Then like a sketch and then me kind of
If
hosting,
you need
monologuing.
Jim Carrey kind of in
Oh,
living color sort of guy.
Bro, we
you
need
let
some
me
white
know.
people, dog, for sure. We haven't had a lot of you guys.
That's where I'm
but-
going with that. All right. You need a little diversity in there.
Yeah.
You let me know.
That is exactly what we're into, okay? White men, specifically, okay? Y'all need a platform too, okay?
Dude, it's so good to have you back. I just re-listened to our episode just to get caught up so we didn't repeat a bunch of stories. For those of you just now tuning in, new listeners, go back. It's episode, I think, 168. Your
Yeah.
first episode, we talked about you and Josh Rosen at UCLA. Just
Comedy.
balling out of control.
Dude.
Improv into stand-up, how you kind of got to New York. But since you and I have last spoke, you've been bi-coastal a
Yeah,
couple
bro.
times. You went back out to L.A.
Yep.
I was bi-coastal.
Yeah.
When I got on that plane to go to L.A., the first thing I did was take a picture and send it to you.
That's for sure. I was like, bro.
here we go.
I thought it was a you up text. This nigga sent me a picture of himself on a flight. That was a 16-hour turnaround. Like,
Yep. I was on a plane for 12 hours just to be in L.A. for
Yeah, do a set.
just do one set at the store. But
Yo, do people even comedy anymore? Nah. They're
I
not
did a
built
set
like
at
they
the
used
store,
to.
baby. Let's go.
Dude, went in there, 10 minutes set. 16
Not
hours to do
even.
10 minutes. Yo, let's go. Not a guest spot, not a 5-minute guy.
No. We did 8. We did
Okay,
8
we
to
did a
10.
little in between.
8 to
Stop
10,
playing
you know?
with him, dog. Yo,
It was fun.
hit
as
him with
shit,
some new
though.
material and a closer. Let's go.
Yeah,
bro.
let's hit it. So you've been back out to
Yeah.
LA since.
Yeah, I've been in LA. I was in LA for a week. I went to Hawaii first, did a show, opened up for Samuel Bad, who killed it in Hawaii. Then went to LA, had my show Running Late. Also Running Late on Instagram, Running Late Comedy Show on Instagram, TikTok, Running Late Comedy. Running Late Comedy Show.
Cab _ Washington.
Cab _ Washington on Instagram. Cab Washington on Twitter. But yeah, dog, crazy, man. So I used to live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Started the show there. Haven't done the show there since like 2021. But I started the show originally in 2019. Full circle experience here. One of my friends is a partial booker there, or assistant booker there. We started doing mics together. We were finally able to lock in a date. Hit up all the homies to come
Where's
through.
this at?
Hollywood Improv.
Okay.
Hollywood Improv, dog.
Shout out to the Improv.
Yo, shout out to the Improv. The Improv
What up, Rita?
fan, man. Rita, what's popping, dog? Thank you for everything, for real, man. And dog, invited all the homies. Got a great audience. Sold it out. 60 tickets.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. And then last minute, the booker's like, "Yo, we got some exciting news." I'm like, "Bet this probably means someone's gonna drop in."
Yeah.
Usually, what happens?
I forgot about this.
Yeah. And usually you're like scared because you're like, all right, is there going to be someone who's going to like take over the show?
Yeah.
So now I got to pay every comic, but none of them can perform because maybe someone's trying to work out an hour. So like, was
So
excited.
this is on your running late show.
Yeah.
The booker comes up and goes, "Hey, just so you know,
Yeah, exciting news.
so and so is here."
So I'm thinking it's
they
like,
say exciting. That's smart. Exciting.
yeah,
news.
exciting news. Because that can also be sarcastic.
Not
'cause-
like, "Hey, we're gonna fuck up your shit right now, real bad."
Exactly.
Someone's
No.
gonna come in here and do 2 hours. Your show's over.
Your show's over. We're still gonna pay you though, but you will have no fun. Yeah. No, literally, bro.
Exciting news.
So they're like, yo, no, yeah. And I know her, and her tone of voice, it was like sarcastic. It was like, hopefully it's fun. I don't know though. And it was fucking amazing, dog. It was John Mulaney.
Boom,
came through,
bury the lead.
did his Oscar speech. Saw the Oscar speech. Usually I'm a skeptic of people trying out like award show material because usually it doesn't always, hit. Like you saw Joe Coy, you've seen Fallon, you've seen Chris Rock over the times.
Yeah, Chris Rock didn't hit. So his didn't hit to the point where he got hit.
So exactly, that's how hard it didn't hit until it hit him back. That's crazy. Wow. Yo, retweet this, Chris. Yeah.
We love you, Chris. We love you. If you ever want to come on the pod, open invitation.
Chris, my idol, yo, never scared of HBO in my childhood. Love you, man. But it's one of his early specials.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I'm just making sure, yo. I got some racing toads sitting in on 22s, okay? Nigga, they spinning, okay? He said, who you telling? Nigga, you almost said nigga, yo. You said, who you telling, nigga?
It is hilarious because there's such a divide in comedy.
Yo,
like
for
you
real.
can walk into a comedy club and it's like everyone's sitting with their like cliques. It's very cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
But because I love comedy so much, I've kind of like I love all sorts of comedy.
Yeah.
So it's so funny when people bring up a comic and they're like, "Well, you don't know," and it's like,
Right.
I don't. You think I'm scared of you, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who
Okay,
do I
Bernie.
not know? Yeah.
Okay.
Who do I
stop.
not know?
All right. Now you gotta name some white comics that you fuck with because I don't know any of them. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm a bit.
John Mulaney came up and you're like, "Who's this guy?"
I'm like, literally, I was like, John Mulaney. No, not gonna lie, it's literally what Mo said.
The
though.
whitest milquetoast person.
The co-host on the show was like, I was like, yo, guess who's gonna drop in? Yo, John Mulaney. He's like, okay.
Are you
who's
for
that?
real?
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. It was so crazy. But it was funny because he definitely knew who he was, but probably doesn't know the name. Though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
like,
true.
You like scrolling through Netflix or
You
you're
see
just
somebody,
watching
yeah,
SNL
and you're like,
like,
yeah.
oh, he was a legend, but you don't know their name. Like,
So how long did he do?
dude, so he did no cap, did 12-minute show.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
In and out.
Like,
Wow.
really nice guy, too. I was like, oh my God, this is such a great show. You guys are really killing it. I was like, yo, this
Dude.
is crazy.
Second mention in a month for the big John Mulaney on the
Yo,
pod.
oh, really? What was the first one?
Sarah Barnett was talking about how she kind of got into John Mulaney, and I was laughing because I released my one-man show about addiction like 2 weeks after he released his Netflix special about addiction.
Baby J?
And I was like, this motherfucker.
This steamrolling ass.
She was like, yeah, I love that special. I watched it like 5 times, and I was like, fuck.
how many times did you come to see your show?
I was like, how many times did you watch? I sent you the link for my YouTube thing. How many times did you watch that? And she was like, all right, moving on.
She was like, so anyway, I was drunk a couple years ago.
So that's awesome. Did you like get to hang out with him at all?
No, he was in and out. Super nice. Like I said, we hit it was funny. We were hosting and we didn't know what time he was gonna get there. But then they were like, then the tech booth guy gives me a piece of paper and it says, "Bring up John Mulaney first," which is like iconic as hell. So
You still have that piece of paper?
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
piece of
of
paper.
course,
Of course. So I kept the paper and then brought him up. Super nice, big dap. Was super nice on stage. Super nice off stage. Had to leave really quick though.
Yeah.
So after that, it was like. But
you
going
got the
to
pictures,
yeah,
which is sick.
My buddy Mike Falzone, man, captured. The
Oh,
moment.
love Mike Falzone.
Mike, my bro, dog.
Huge
for real.
fan. Surrounded, get out of
Surrounded,
here,
dog.
man.
Surrounded crowd work show, dog. It's coming to New York soon. Also catch it in LA all the time.
Yeah,
he's gonna be here in April.
I know Mike. I met Mike at the stand, and then happenstance, he does the Riff Raff, which is the show I flew out for all the time.
Oh, word. Where's that at? Is that at?
It's at the store.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to see him. It's so weird because the community isn't as big as we think it is. So it's like I mean, it's huge.
It's a little bit more intimate, yeah.
But it's just cool to like. I met him at the stand. I got to know him there. I didn't realize how like big he was until I looked him up on Instagram later, and I was like, oh, he had no business even like hanging out with me. But he's such a sweet dude.
Bro, Mike. When you meet, everyone always says like, don't meet your idols, you know. But like, Mike's one of those guys that like, you could be one mic away, or you could be doing your first mic, or you could be Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah,
he'll be a dope person no matter what.
He's the coolest dude. And then he was telling me about. He's like, because the stand, he's like, they want to do it at the stand, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. It's talking about Surrounded,
setup, the format, yeah.
And it was so. And then I flew out to LA to do Riff Raff, and fucking Mike is there.
Yeah,
and I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And he's like, oh, what's up, dude? What are you doing here? And I was like, just comedy. You know how comedy is, Mike.
Comedy.
Just out
Thought
in LA.
I'd do a little SETI
out in LA for a day. But it's crazy how that can. And then he caught those pictures, which is nuts because forever you have that.
Yeah. No, honestly, because I almost wasn't able to get a photographer because I had one. I was like back and forth about getting one because I didn't know how tickets were going. And you're like, producing. You're like, is it going to be important or isn't it? But that's why you always got to make sure that like prepare for the worst, you know?
Yeah, always.
Or prepare for the best, but treat it as if, it's going to be the best thing ever.
I always say
prepare
for the worst, but expect the best.
Right.
And it's going to fall somewhere in the middle.
Exactly. And I was like a text away from being like, nah, I'm good. Just because Mike was on the show too.
Yeah.
He was already booked, but I know he's also really good at photography. So he's like, yeah, I'll double shift, and dog, it's great. Got a great picture. I'm gonna print it out, put it on my wall.
Dude, you have to frame that,
dog,
put that up.
It's crazy because like when you're doing all this stuff, man, and you could probably attest, is like you're just like trying to put on the best show and trying to have the most fun possible.
You're just blinders.
Literally.
I had to. It's funny you say this because for my one man show, I had some people be like, well, it's kind of a big deal. Like, are you gonna hire a photographer? I go, no, I've got a videographer to do the actual. They go, no. But like the putting on of the show is kind of like your family's coming out. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about it.
100.
And thank God, John Cafaro is one of the best photographers in New York City, especially when it comes to comedy.
Go, John. We're doing headshot soon, bro. My bad. Yo, for real, I got to follow up with you, bro.
He was like, yeah, I'll do it. And John's a friend. John's been on this podcast. John's a friend. So he's like, yeah, I'll do it.
B-star.
And I was like, all right, how
Great
much
guy.
is this going to cost? Because, I'm self-funding it. So I was like, he goes, I'll charge you, but I don't want to. And I was, because he was like, he was originally going to do it for free. I was like, no, I don't want to do that because you're spending your time. So then he charged me, but he like gave me a great rate for it. And I don't want to blow up his spot. And then I was going to be like, hey, what's this?
He gave, but yeah, Brennan said that.
But it was just so sweet because then you get those pictures and you're like, oh, thank God someone was there to capture this moment of like me anxiously pacing in the back and like me with my family. And like, it was just such a cool thing. So it's always good to have, like, you don't think about that stuff because you're like, I just want to do the show.
Because here's the thing. We don't get Mike there. It just becomes, even if I don't do another show again, it's like that picture, that moment, that experience is like, is cemented forever. So it's like, I could show my kids like this is one of the best comics ever. Or, I could show that as a catalog, like building that catalog of, and then years from now, you could look back at that moment. You can even just have that memory of that picture for yourself to remind yourself of that moment.
Well, and that's the thing is like, and I do this, I've told the listeners this, and I think I've told you this, but what I do is I print out that kind of stuff, whether it's the cover art for the podcast that I do or the poster for the one man show. I have it and I frame it and I put it up on my wall because it's so easy to forget. Like if you go a couple of weeks without getting booked on anything and you're just doing open mics to run new material, you're like, what the fuck am I, like, why am I here?
Great.
Like what's happening?
Yep.
And then I just look up at my wall and I go, oh wait, no,
100%.
I've done some cool shit. The worst time that's ever happened, 2014.
Yeah.
Tom Segura is still, he's not Tom Segura.
He's not Tom, yeah.
I think his special Completely Normal just came out on Netflix, but I had known Tom since like 2010, 11. I heard him on the Jay Moore podcast. When that first came out, he was like the first or second guest. And I was like, oh, this guy's hilarious. And then I followed his career ever since. He comes to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville.
And, there's one in, what's it called? Too,
North Carolina. They're all over in the Southeast. Yeah. So he comes to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. I'm with my ex-fiance at the time. I'm sending like tweets, DMing. I'm DMing Tom on Twitter like, hey, and this is back when he wasn't Tom, so he was like responding, and I had
He's
DM'd,
like, hey man, how are you?
Yeah, I DM'd him before because I was listening to your mom's house when I was flying to my grandfather's funeral, and I was like, hey man, this is really getting me through this hard time. And he's like, oh dude, that's so sweet, thank you. I have that screenshot saved.
Yeah.
And then I DM him. I was like, hey, I'm coming to the show with my girlfriend. I want to propose. Can I come up on stage? Which already huge. Don't ever do that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so dumb.
quite the play, by the way.
I was drinking at the time heavily. I was heavily medicated.
You lost the X in drinking bet. Yeah.
But after the show, he's doing meet and greets because he doesn't do meet and greets anymore. But at this point, he was still doing meet and greets. And we get up to him in line, and my Alyssa looks at me and she goes, "Are you going to get a picture with him?" And drunkenly, I go, "I do comedy too. We're basically the same person. Why would I get a picture?"
Brother. So, okay. In all defense, yo, it's so... I almost didn't laugh at that because I'm like, bro, there are moments where I feel like that too. That I'm like, no, I cannot take myself. Only when I moved to New York where I was like, I can't move myself to appreciate people that have influenced me and made me so happy.
Dude, but I get pictures with everybody now.
Right.
I got Roy Wood,
like,
Mark Norman, everybody. I'm like, hey.
Dude, because it's like sharing a great moment with someone that you really,
and I
really
said
inspire. You have to.
Drunkenly loud enough. Like we were two people behind him, and you know when you do the drunk whisper where you think you're being quiet, but you're not being quiet?
Yeah.
And I just remember, I was like, we basically do the same thing. And he looked up in that face that he always makes.
You saw his face?
And then just went back to like signing autographs and taking pictures.
Oh my God, yo, that's hilarious.
And then we got up there and I was like, hey man, I'm Brennan. And he's like, yeah, from Twitter. And I was like, yeah, dude, what's up? So good to meet you finally. And he's like, yeah, man, cool. I was like, all right, bye. And that was it.
All right, well, hope you enjoy Bubblefuck Carolina. Cheers.
Dude, and to this day, I'm like, you moron.
Yeah. No, he probably saw hair, I guess, back then, huh?
Well, yeah, he had hair, and he was a little bigger.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting because I've been along for the ride the whole time. And I'm sure you have comics like this where you've been along for the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it's weird because you take a step back and you go, oh, no, they're like super famous now.
Right. Yeah.
Like I couldn't even, like if I call it the desert island test, whereas like if we were dropped on a desert island and someone looks at you, would they go, I know you? Because with my ex, I used to always be like, someone would be on TV and I go, oh, I know that person.
Right.
And she'd be like, you don't fucking know them.
Right.
And I was like, desert island test. I technically know them.
That's
you know, like when Ari Shaffir or something would come on TV, I'd be like, oh, I know them. And she's like, you've been introduced to him like 5 times. Like you're not buddies. And I'm like, yeah, but
yeah,
I know them enough that if we were dropped on a desert island and there was a group of people, he'd be like, oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
And so it's weird though because now with Tom, it's like, oh, he's so far away.
No, I feel like Tom's one of those guys who probably. I don't know his story, but I feel like he's one of those guys that could probably be like, oh, I vaguely remember you.
Yeah,
or like,
maybe. But you got that with John.
But you
now.
probably look way different though.
Oh, I did. Totally different.
But yeah, with John, oh my God,
you and John are boys,
bro.
You saw that dap?
That dap, yo, he came through, but he gave me like the front handshake. Like you could tell he's not like a big handshaker. It was just like, yeah, man, for sure. Like this is so good. Like but I imagine he touches so many people, you know, because
it's gotta
of
be weird.
His high profile. He's probably like, I'm just so overwhelmed, you know. But
I thought
he was super kind. Great
because he was on your show. I thought he was gonna try and like, you know, be like, yo, what's
right?
up?
Do the John like, yo, my bro.
Yeah.
What's really good? I'm like, John, stop. That which happens all the fucking time, honestly. Shout out to John for not falling into that cycle.
What is it called? When you do
it's code switch.
Yeah. Shout out to John for not code switch.
No, 100%. He gave me the straight corporate. Like I just signed with Columbia Records. Just he's like,
this is a pleasure. It's all mine.
Enjoy doing comedy. Just keep going.
Did you ever see him in Crashing?
Yeah, I did. I did. And I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of mortified, low key, because I was like in Crashing, like his character, and you know, I feel like people have said that like he's not the easiest to work with. Like I thought it'd be like an Ellen type of thing, but also just one show. But in my mind, he's going through a lot, like with you know getting over his drug addiction and all that kind of stuff, divorce, and I think he's in a different place because I thought he was like one of the nicest people ever.
Which is weird too because I do the on Patreon.
Nicest famous people ever. Go ahead.
Yeah. On Patreon, I do Tales from the Restaurant. Yeah. Because the restaurants I've worked at, I have celebrities come in. And so subscribe on Patreon if you want to do that. $5 a month. Greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I love it. I watch it every day.
The recent one I did was my Joe Rogan experience from when I met Joe Rogan. But it's one of those things where you're right. It's like you have no idea what's happening at any given time in that person's life.
Right.
So even if they're there for 2 hours having a dinner, if they're a dick to you, or if they're just not super nice to you for those 2 hours, you're like, fuck that person.
Right. That person's trash.
And it could be like, oh, maybe they had a flat tire on the way here. Maybe like a deal of something they pitched fell through and like they're having a bad day. One of the best ones is, and I'll give this to you for free, listeners. One of the best ones, because it was just a quick interaction, was Tom Papa came in.
Oh, fire.
With his family.
Love him, dog. It was underrated.
Yeah, dude, so funny. It was for... You're doing great. You're doing great. He came in with his family for like a holiday dinner. This was 2 years ago. And I was like, I got to say something, but I will never interrupt while people are eating. Like, sit down. I will either, if you're walking to the table, I'll say something, or if you're walking out of the restaurant, I'll say something. I'll never interrupt while you're actually eating.
Like, get that. Like, hey, stop. Don't eat that. Wait, anyway.
So he comes in, and I didn't catch him on the way in. So I was like, I'll get him on the way out. They have like 3 bottles of wine. And then on the way out, you know, he's kind of buzzed and stuff. And as he's walking out, I just go, Tom, big fan. And he just went, cool. And just kept walking. And I was like, you know, he's had 3 bottles of wine with his family. And I was like, yeah, that's to be expected.
Right. No, you can't, honestly.
Really muff that pun on that one.
Because the flip is always like even with the success of the show, or even like whenever I'd go to LA, or when I'd like going back to LA for the first couple of years, having moved to New York, like I'd get different interactions with comics that I started with in LA. But I'm like, yo, I've done absolutely nothing, you know, so, but you do get that sense of interaction. But there are those days where you just probably didn't remember somebody, or you probably had a bad day where you can't be the best form of yourself. And that's the grace that you do have to give other people.
Because you never know. You never know what's happening.
Yeah.
So started the show 19.
Yeah.
First time back since 2001 or 2021, excuse me.
I did actually have one really quick Larry David story though. Larry David.
Wait, Larry David story?
Yeah. Dude, we're going to get him on the show too. Just watch, okay? Yo, Running Late with Cab, a variety show. Larry David, come through.
If Larry David comes on the show, you know what he's going to do? I've heard this story about Larry David.
What's that?
He's going to walk up, grab the mic, and go, and put the mic back and walk out.
Walk out the show? Wow.
I've heard him do that.
Really?
I've heard people be like, Larry David was at the Comedy Store, and he just walked on stage and went, never mind, and walked off.
I'm dead. No. But I just want to interview. So I met him in Santa Monica. I met him in Santa Monica one time because I think he lives there. And I used to work for KCRW, public radio. And I had walked off. We were having lunch. And
was this when you were at UCLA?
This is when I was working at KCRW.
Okay.
And I had went up to him and was like, hey, man, I just wanted to say hello. And he was like, well, hello. And then he just like... But he had like a curb hat on and everything, and he just like started walking away. And I was like, if you ever want to come to an improv show, I just started with improv. If you want to come to an improv show, Jerry Seinfeld would literally, true to God, was just at West Side Comedy. You should come through anytime and work out some material. And he just like, cool. He'll perform at a gas station, honestly. And I was like, yo, Larry's the GOAT, dog.
He's so funny.
Yo, funny as hell.
Dude, oh my God. He'll perform at a gas station, honestly.
Yo, literally said that as he's like walking, trying to get to his car, knowing that people are gonna see him. Yeah.
The first time I went to Gotham when I moved to New York, Jerry did a drop in.
What year?
2021. And I was like freaked out because I didn't realize Gotham is like his club because it's the easiest one to get to for him. So he like drives in, does it, drives out.
Did you ever watch Comedian?
Oh yeah, Comedians and Cars and Coffee. Yeah.
No.
Comedian.
The
documentary.
With Orny Adams.
No, I didn't see it.
Check that out.
I got to.
A lot of the footage there is him at Gotham.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he I just remember freaking, like I'm texting my dad because we grew up watching Seinfeld. It's like my dad's favorite show, and I'm like, you're never gonna believe this, blah 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 blah. And then I talked to some of my friends that I've gained over the years that do Gotham, and they're like, yeah, he does it all the time.
What?
And I'm like, oh, so he's just there. They're like, yeah, I don't. They're like, we don't understand why you're freaking out about this. I'm like, I don't know.
No, that first time is always crazy though, because you're always just like, because you don't know if you'll see it again.
Yeah.
So you're thinking your exclusive pass that no one sees, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, I just saw. Oh my God, I had this moment the other day. I saw Chappelle randomly.
I was gonna bring him up.
Saw Chappelle. First time ever. Usually at the stand, they don't let a lot of people go down. They usually fend it for people who bought tickets. But I actually went and saw him this time because they didn't sell out the show. So it was fucking
Well, he
cool.
did like 5 in a row.
Like 7 shows in a row. Exactly. So one of them was bound not to be sold out.
Yeah.
God bless you, dog. Making all that paper.
$200 a ticket. Let's go.
Right, dog. Money in the bank, dog.
If it's 150 people times 200 times 7.
dude, bankroll. But he's like probably not even like.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I don't think no, he could do that. Go to Silver Spring, Maryland. Go to fucking Silver Spring, Ohio. Go to any of those cities. He's making that bread back.
Yeah.
Like so. But.
So you got to go downstairs?
I gotta go downstairs. What was the point I was trying to?
You were watching the show. It's first time exclusivity. You're never gonna see it again.
Oh right. So okay, good backtrack.
Thank you.
So I say it. I'm drunk. No. So I say it, and I say, yo, I just saw Chappelle, and I met him and everything. He wanted to talk to my friend or whatever. My friend was Asian. Interesting. And it was like he was really
That's
nice.
a deep cut. For those of you listening.
He was really nice. And then I told my friend, and he was like, dude, I've done that over 20 times. And I was like, oh, all right, for sure. Cool.
Thanks for
I've met him 20 times and he still doesn't know me. And I'm just like, oh, I thought maybe I was sure.
We went, me and my ex went to see him.
Chappelle? Jerry?
Chappelle.
Okay.
When we first moved, again, 2021, I start going to the stand all the time, hanging out, because I was like, oh, I've been doing comedy for like 10 years. Like, I'll just show up to the stand. I think we talked about this before, and they would be like, oh, please write this way. That's not what happened.
Right. Yeah, you think,
still not passed there.
Yeah.
Done a bunch of shows there, still not passed. But
don't worry, time's coming.
I was downstairs. You're always so positive. So we bought tickets. Because again, I was like, I don't know how often he comes to New York. Like, I'm going to buy tickets for this. And it was $400. I bought them for me.
Yeah, you got to buy two.
My ex. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, let's go. And because I came with her, Joe, the man, Joe, the manager at the stand. I love Joe. He was like, well, you brought Savannah, and she's very pretty, so we're going to sit you up front. He's like, if you came by yourself, you'd obviously be sitting in the back.
I'm crying.
He's like, because I guess Dave likes to have attractive people in the front.
Yeah.
Men and women, but just because, if they're going to shoot something or whatever, they want to have attractive people. So I was like, thank God you're
Brandon.
here.
Right, yeah. I would have been in the green room.
Yeah. So they put us up front.
Stairwell.
And at one point he goes, and I can tell he doesn't have his cigarettes on him. And I, faster than lightning, pull mine out and throw mine on the table. I put mine on the table, and I see he's like looking around, like patting. And I know I'm a smoker, so I know what he's doing. And I'm like, and then one of his guys like ran in and gave him a pack, and he was like, thank you, but I've got my own. And I was like, we're best friends. We're best friends,
dude. That voice of Dave was perfect.
Thank you,
but
yeah, and it was one of those experiences where you're like, oh, and then afterwards, I was too nervous to go meet him, so of course Savannah was wasted and was like, come on.
Oh, did she?
Walked me right up to him, and she's like, David. I was like, what's
David.
And he's like, what? And she goes, this is my boyfriend, Brennan. He loves you. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. But again, he was already kind of drunk. And I was like, oh, he'll never remember this. Yeah. And I've met him a few times after that, again, just being at the stand. And it's just always like, hey, nice to meet you. And I'm always like, can you just say good to see you again?
Can you? Good to see you, man.
Give it to me one time.
Right. Just call me BD or something, dog.
B. You can just say B.
Right.
Yo, what up, B?
Even Buddy, right?
Yeah.
Buddy would feel good, right? It's like, yo, Buddy, been a minute.
It's so cool how many people you can just be around. Because you and I have been in comedy for a while now. And it's just interesting because we're around some of these people that even if they're super famous and we don't actually know them personally, like there's times where I'll be walking up to the stand and Gaffigan's leaving. I'll be like, yo, what's up, Jim? He's like, hey, man, what's going on? Because he just recognizes my face from seeing, so he doesn't know who I am. Shane Torres, same way. Like I'll be walking by him and he's like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of in the scene. I don't know if you guys know this about me."
Yeah,
but it is very fulfilling.
I think that is like, I think that's a kudos to you and being around. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you first get in the scene, this happened to me when I was in New York. Like you've seen guys maybe like twice. And we'll say we've conversed like for an hour both times. You still don't get a hey, what's up? You still don't get a dap or anything. It's like the year that turned into another year that turned into another year is when it becomes like, yo, bro, how you been? Like, how was your set? How were sets tonight? Or did you go out?
I'll take it upon myself. If I see him walking by, I'll be like, yo, and I just say it so casually, like
Yeah.
we've been friends for years.
Right.
We're like, yo, Jim, how you doing, man? One time I did it.
Jimmy
with-
G.
One time. R.I.P. to his NFL career.
Yo,
man. That's
that guy. Man, he should start doing comedy. What do you think about that?
prettiest
Jim?
quarterback. I told you Kayvon wanted to do comedy. Thibodeau,
Kayvon, no, who's that?
the defensive end for the Giants. They took him number 5.
Oh,
couple
no.
years ago.
Dude, don't talk about the Giants. Eagles, birds all day, baby. Saquon, come.
What's up now? Yeah, they came in. The entire Giants rookie class of 2022 came into the restaurant for a thing.
Oh, stat.
That's on the Patreon as well. But yeah, Kayvon
Have
told
you
me
heard of
that
the
if
Patreon?
if he didn't do comedy or if he didn't do football, he was like, I want to get into stand up. And I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. So does everybody else.
Yeah, jump on in.
It's the coolest fucking
Try
job.
doing football as hard as you did and then doing comedy. Good luck. It'll be
It's so funny when people jump into our world because it's like, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard.
Even for comics in comedy.
Yeah.
Don't treat it like they think it should be.
Yeah, there's people who do comedy and then there's comics. There's a difference.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's guys that don't want to go to the 1 a.m. mic in their first couple of years,
No.
or
Or don't want to hang because they're like, oh, this is pointless. I'm just going to go home and write. And it's like, all right, cool. You
or
can
vice
write all that
versa. Or
material,
vice
and
versa.
then where are
They'll
you gonna
hang
do
and
it?
never write.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. You got to find a happy balance.
Yeah, happy. Where's that in comedy? Let me know.
Dude, I went to L.A. When I was bi-coastal for that 12 hours, they were doing this writing session. I was at a buddy's house, and he had all these people over, and they were doing a writing session. This is going to sound so fucked up.
I'm dead. Oh man, drop names. No, don't.
But
Don't.
no, I can't. But he's introducing me to all the people that are there, and they're all like. 2 people were influencers. Another one was a content creator, and I was like, "Isn't that the same thing?"
And one of them worked at Trader Joe's.
There was a musician. There was someone who did the voiceover stuff, but like on an actual very successful show.
Yeah.
And they're all happy, and they're all like bouncing ideas off of each other and like writing. And I just look over the whole room, and I turn to my other buddy who's from Daytona, and I go, "Oh, this is why your comedy sucks. Everyone's so happy."
Yeah.
I was like,
No, literally.
come to New York. We're all sitting in the back of a club, like lamenting on how much we hate everything.
Literally, I literally had to turn that switch off in my head recently. Was like, you have to go on stage with some level of happiness, with some level of smile, pep. Even though you know you've been doing your jokes for a little bit, you cannot show that you are bored and tired and exhausted.
Yeah, because it's I hats off to him because I was like, oh, this seems so much more fun the way you guys do it out in LA. In New York, everyone's pissed off at the world, and it's to quote Jerry Maguire, it's all about what you didn't get, who underthrew the pass, who did this. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up and play the game.
That was good. You got to cut to that. You got to put
I do a lot of movie
fucking
quotes.
Tom Cruise. Shout out to him.
Shouts out. One of the nicest guys on a set.
No way. I imagine
I've
he
heard a
seems
lot of
like cool as
stories,
hell.
yeah. I've heard that he goes to a set and like people are always like, "Oh, he's so intense, he's so crazy," but he also knows like every grip's name. He'll be like, "Jimmy, how's your mom doing? Is she doing better and stuff?" And I'm like, I don't say what you will about the man and his religious beliefs and everything, but I was like, that guy is a fucking pro.
Yeah.
Like a consummate pro.
I think beyond pro, like just salt of the world, you know,
Yeah.
just like shining your light and love a creative who does that, you know,
Yeah.
with everything that he does.
Because we've met a lot of people where they just, like you said, it takes 3 years before they're even like, "Hey, how are the sets?"
Yeah.
I've done. That was the joke I was going to make. It's not even a joke. I was walking by a very well-known comic, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He was like, "Hey, how are they tonight?" And this was leaving the stand, and I was like, "Good, man, good. Like
You're like,
crowd, but
"Good,
good, good."
You know how crowds be. So imaginary.
Did zero stage time at
Right,
that,
right.
night, but I was like, "Yeah, man, good, light but good."
It was
good.
solid.
Solid.
You know, I started struggling and then picked them up.
I kind of dug myself into a hole just to see if I could get out of it. You know how it is.
You know, when you try to challenge yourself on
Yeah.
stage, the new stuff really didn't hit.
Do Hot Pockets. They're gonna like Hot Pockets.
Right. They're raunchy, right? They're real nondescript stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You came on last time, and
Yeah.
we got so caught up in UCLA and the improv and
Yeah.
the comedy.
It was good. It was
and
good
you're
talk,
a big
man.
sports guy, so we didn't get to a lot of the stories that you had sent me.
Yeah,
so I
man.
wanted to get some of them. You told a great story about going over the Ben Franklin Bridge and almost getting arrested.
Yo, I want to be 22 again, just to fucking. Oh my God, if I did comedy back then, holy shit. It'd be me and Tom in Florida saying what's up to you. No.
I think about it, but a lot of the stuff I talk about on stage now is from experiences that have happened since then. So I'm always like, God, I should have started stand-up at 18. And it's like, oh, then I wouldn't have had anything to talk about.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
you had no context for it. Yeah.
It is funny to see people who are older who start stand-up because it's a weird thing because they think because they're like in their 30s that we're all like the same.
Right.
And they'll go up there and do like I was at a mic today and someone went up and did not awesome jokes, but they like riffed at the very beginning and one of their riffs was like coming after me.
Oh.
And it's weird because like we're friends. And I'm friends with
you and I.
you and I are friends. No. I don't know him, so it's weird to me because it's like if we're friends, and all it takes to be my friend, if you're truly a comic, is like a 20-minute conversation.
Yeah.
And if I'm like, oh, we're both doing this, I'm like, yeah, come on in, like we're all here together. But I don't know this person, and they went up and started like ripping me.
Yeah.
Like thought, oh, I'll
your
be
material or just you physically. Oh, your bits.
Which is my no.
Right.
You can come after anything about me.
You turn to a shark on blood.
Yeah, do not talk about my material.
You're like, I'm going up again. Fucking run me back in. 2 minutes is all I need.
Give me the tag.
Give me, yo, host, come on. Put Brennan Tassif down again.
I'll pay $5 more. Tag me back in, bro.
Yo, put me back in for $10. Yeah.
But I was just like, and I felt kind of bad afterwards, but he was like ripping. He was kind of like trying to do this riff, and it was disjointed because he hasn't done comedy very long. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I just looked up and I looked at him and he goes, maybe I shouldn't attack the room right when I get up here. And I was like, you think? And I just saw the defeat in his eyes and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Now that we're all on the same page.
Yeah. No, bro.
Do that.
You're just like, raise your hand. You're like, pick me real quick. I got something.
You want to do some crowd work? I am right here.
I gotta go back to it. Let me know when you hit another mic. I gotta go back to Mike's fucking.
I don't. It's the thing is, if I don't get on stage every 3 or 4 days, I get antsy.
Yeah.
So it's like even if it's at a mic, I don't care. I just have to get up there and say stuff.
I have no qualms with mics at all. It's literally always just because like my job. Like
because you're working
my job. I take a nap and then whatever spots I have. But I love mics, bro. I love the grind. I love seeing everyone nervous.
It's so cool too when
their book and shit.
I've seen like present day, like I've seen like Jamie Wolf and Oscar Aiden and
stuff.
And
bro.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing
I
here?
love that, bro. When they're fucking
like, no, we're grinding. Like, let's go.
When you haven't seen someone in forever, fucking Prana, fucking what I saw recently. I mean, Napoleon. There's a great mic at fucking what's it called? The one in Bushwick, Pine Box.
Pine Box.
Those are really good.
Shout
ones.
out Pine Box.
Yeah, shout out Pine Box Rock Shop. It's like Tuesday, and it's like real good. You just love to see it, and they're like, and they're waiting until last group to go up. Usually it's like they'll be like, they don't put me up in first 5, I'm out. But it's like, nah, I'm going up. Fucking,
I'll chill
with some hitters too.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fucking go.
It's always so fun when a bunch of like, even at our level, when you get like a bunch of people who are coming in, and like you, Cody Lewis, Tori Cole, like these kind of people, and you're like, we're fucking Max Fine. You're like, let's fucking go.
Let's rock.
Ramp it up.
Yo.
Here we go.
You're studying each other's shit. You're like, yo, I liked what you would add this tag. They're looking at your thing like, yo, you had him with here, but you lost him over here. And you're like, okay.
Stop.
Yo, dog, it's hype, bro. I wish. I feel like we lose that over time.
Yeah.
With, like especially. I mean, I get it. Like a lot of comments. I'm like, I'm not there yet. Where I'm like 5 spots a night.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have the time to do it. But I just loved that, dog. Just fucking. Even just going back to LA and seeing all the homies back then. I remember just being in the trenches doing like the 3 block. 4 o'clock mic, 5 o'clock mic, 6 o'clock, 7
and it's the best.
10 o'clock.
And that's the thing is like a lot
do a
of
show, go back to it late night.
Like, be like, I know this tag's gonna work. I just had to rework it a little bit. Let me go run it at the 1 o'clock mic, the 1 a.m. mic.
Yep.
See if it works. Because those are the best days when I'll do like 3 mics and then I have like 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I had 6 times to get up and like really hammer this bit, and like I've got it. Like now I've got it.
Yep.
Because when you take a couple days off, there's like, or if you do like a one set and you're like, all right, cool, like that's all I had booked tonight, I'm gonna go home. It's like, yeah, but you still have got like shit. You still have some on the field. Like leave it all out there, man. Like
you still got left some meat on the bone.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you because
go ahead.
We had something happen. This actually happened before your last recording.
Yeah,
it actually is the reason why we had to push. You got pink eye.
Yeah, I did. Oh wait, that's right.
Let's
we
get
did
into
reschedule
the drinking stories. You were like, I remember you texted me something like, yo, this would be perfect for the show. And then you sent me a picture of your face.
And you're like, I think we can reschedule you, bro.
So what happened?
Bro, so I was dating this girl. We've since parted ways, broken up since then. And we were drunk, and I just like.
Was it a date night? Were you guys just hanging out somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had like drunk a whole lot that night.
Where was this at? Was this in Manhattan?
No, it was in Williamsburg.
Williamsburg? Okay.
Yeah. Still love her though. So like, wouldn't work long term.
Yeah. So you're out in Williamsburg.
So I'm in Williamsburg, and we're drunk as fuck, and she's like flirting heavy, flirting like it's our first 5 months dating. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, turn around, and I'm like, yeah, come here, and I just start eating her ass, dog.
So you got to do it sometimes.
I love one of the best butts ever. One of the best butts ever. So it was like one of my favorite things to do, but it was like a different level. It's like where you're like not even thinking about the safety precaution of it. You're just in there. You don't even know that you've tried to spread their cheeks and that you probably at that point putting your fingers in their butt and probably are going to take out your contacts later.
Oh,
and
no!
That can often lead to.
Oh no!
Yeah, that could lead to.
That's how you got it.
Yeah,
just drunken mess.
Just drunken love, dog.
Drunken love, drunk. And we found the name of the episode.
Put Beyonce up there. Shout out Beyonce, dog. Oh my God, drunk.
Not to be confused with drunk in love.
No,
We're talking drunken love.
Drunk with no space in love.
Damn, dude, how long did that put you out for?
Dude, I was good for like 2 days. 2 days. Then I had to go back. It like went away quick. So I got antibiotics quick. And once the antibiotics kick in, you're straight. But I had to just send the same picture to my boss, and he was like, "Ew, bro, no."
Because we all know how you get pink eye.
Right, exactly. So.
Cap, too much. Just you're sick, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I just like, I didn't even tell him how I'm wondering like if he
knows how you got it. Whenever I have a buddy, Scott Stanley, in front of the show, how
does a prude person get it then? But go ahead, continue.
Well, no, farting on pillows.
Yeah, like if you're at day camp. Yeah.
Somebody else farts on your pillow.
Or summer camp, whatever. Fucking.
I don't know how you would get it otherwise.
Yeah.
Because it comes from fecal matter.
Yeah. 100%.
Shit in your eye.
I'm wondering if you're a nurse or something, right?
I think you're gonna say nerd.
A nerd.
You're a fucking nerd.
You're wiping your ass. Or if you're bad at wiping, yeah, that's a possibility.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
The paper breaks.
Yeah, exactly. You forget to wash.
That happens.
And you're like, I'm telling you, this is one of the most common things that we do.
Oh yeah.
Did you wear contacts?
Oh yeah. I'm always like,
then it's a wrap, bro.
I do this thing where I will just lick the tip of my finger and then just like if my contact's itching, just move my contact around.
Oh, word.
I will get off the subway like I'm in New York doing shit, and then I'll just be like, oh, my contact.
Yep.
And it's like that. This doesn't do anything.
This doesn't do it. No. But if you do this, and
it's bad,
and
man.
It fucking. Yeah, it's worse than an STD, you know?
Oh, God, it's terrible. My buddy Scott, we were supposed to get dinner, and he just sent me a picture of his face. And I was like, I don't need to know. Just say we can't do it tonight, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't need to know this.
Right, because you want to make a good impression. Like, you know what I mean? We had not connected on a project, and I honestly, personally hate anyone who flakes. And I just hate it. You know, living in LA.
And it happens more than you think it would.
City, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the weird thing is like you come to New York or LA and you're like, we're all fucking professionals. We're all here to do a job. So if I ask you to come on the podcast, I'm going to pay for the studio time and I confirm and then reconfirm.
Right.
It's one thing if you're sick, flat tire, like there are things
I'll
that
do
happen.
A pod. I'll do all those shits.
But it's like I just can't stand people who are just like, nah. Like I'm just not going to be there. And it's
like I hope you're okay. And they're like, yeah, I'm good. And you're like, so you just...
I kind of hope you're not okay,
right.
actually. I kind of hope you're a little under the weather of some
point. Right. A comic did that to me the other day on my show, and I was like, yo, hope you're
on
good.
Running Late?
Yeah.
Oof.
And I just was like, yo, hope you're...
That's a big show to flake on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sold out. 110 people, bro. Like rock, bro. We're going to pay you good. Pay everyone well. And he's just like, I'm like, yo, he's like, won't be able to make it. I get it. Day of, at least just be like, hey, honestly... Even if you're just like, hey, I don't feel like going, it's a trek for me. I'd rather that than just, hey, I'm not going to make it. Like, and then I'm like, hey, I hope you're good. And you're just like, yeah, I'm straight. Then, oh my God. Then I'm just like, just Say
Lie.
you're sorry.
Lie.
Right. No,
Lie.
literally, I'm sorry. I just don't understand.
I feel
that.
so. I
just don't understand that.
The thing for me is
we're all gonna see each other again. That part, like for me,
the thing for me is the unapologetic. Like, no, I'm just not gonna. It's like be like, yo, I'm so sorry. I can't make it.
Philly,
something happened.
or hey,
whatever.
I'm really crammed. Or
if you started with my bad or I'm sorry, then
Right.
I'm like, all right, at least like this person is enough of a person to be like,
Totally.
this is on me.
Totally.
You know, the quarterback doing the
Right.
That's mine. That's mine. Or the wide receiver once they go.
He's like, Patrick Mahomes.
But just to ignore it completely, just to be like, not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Then I'm like, should we talk about next month? You know what? I don't fuck next month. Or
I've
fuck
had people I booked a couple times, and they flaked. Not even flaked. Like things have come up every time.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point now because I've got a lot of episodes banked, and I the podcast is growing, so people want to come on.
Totally.
Where it's like, yeah, they're a much bigger guest in the terms of like following and stuff, but it's like I'm trying to learn self-worth in my sobriety now. 6 years in, I'm trying to be like, you deserve to be happy. You deserve this. You deserve. So if someone is like, after the third time, if someone's like, hey, something came up again, I'm just like, okay, cool. No problem at all. We're still friends. If I see you, we'll still like say what's up. We're
Right.
still cordial. Like no hard feelings at all. I'm just not going to reach back out.
Oh, bro, you totally.
It's done.
That boundaries is so pivotal in that conversation about self-worth. That between that and just the sake of not taking it personal is also a huge step.
Yeah.
In just like life in general, especially in entertainment and comedy. Like you literally can't, because like you got to think about the bipolarness that you go through. Not diagnosed bipolar, but like you got to think about the up and down.
Not everyone's as special as I am.
Right.
Bipolar 2, what's up now, kid? You can take that lithium and shove it up your ass. I'm going to go raw.
Yo, really wanted to start taking lithium. I haven't got around to doing it. But just like, so it's like things come up for anyone for any reason at all times. So it's like you just really have to keep your emotions.
It is hard
in check.
when
but
you
but
feel
you
like you have a
wanna,
connection with
but
somebody.
It won't take away the fact that you feel slighted or take it personal. But there's a way that you have to, when you see them again,
You have to
not be
conduct
passive
yourself.
aggressive, not be.
What happens? You get another flat
Speaking of
tire?
people who don't come to shows, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Get on stage and be like, I have a podcast some people don't show up for, but they can show up to this fucking show.
right? No, literally. I have a question. You're just at their next show, just like what?
What happened to you on March 27th, 2024? Were you actually not feeling well?
Right. Tell me about when you miss podcasts and what goes into that. They're just like, what? This
Dude.
question about the special I just put out.
We're gonna clip this.
Yeah.
That did happen though. There was a bigger comic, not even like a huge comic, just a bigger comic, and he was friends with a very good friend of mine. And I was like, I want to get him on the podcast. They have a special coming out. Maybe they'll want to come on to promote it. And our mutual friend was like, oh yeah, for sure. I'll text them and let them know that you're going to DM them. Like, absolutely. I'm sure they'd love to come on. DM them. They're like, yeah, for sure. Let's do it. And this
a New York guy?
Yeah, to their credit, they were straightforward, which I appreciated. I took it as a slight at first, but now looking back, I'm like, oh, I would much rather you do that than dick me around.
Totally.
He's like, yeah, let's do it. We'll set it up. And then, goes on Rogan, goes on some bigger podcasts. And then I don't know if he like looked into my show or whatever, but saw it didn't have this massive following. And it was kind of like, hey man, like I've really got to hit huge podcast. Like I really got to hit this hard to get the word out on the special. I just don't have time to do a smaller one. And I was like, you know what? Cool. At least you were honest. At least you were upfront.
Totally.
When this podcast blows up, I'm going to tell you to kiss my ass. But I like that more than just like, yeah. And then reschedule after reschedule after reschedule. And it's like, come on, man.
No. Oh, damn. He hit you with the 7th reschedule.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is he didn't do that, which I appreciate more.
Got it.
He straight up was just like, I can't do it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
and I appreciate that way more than me like trying and then them
you like
keep canceling,
up
canceling.
Totally.
I wanted to ask you about this last one that you had sent me.
Yeah, bro.
This is interesting.
Let's do it.
How long? When was the last time you drank?
6 hours. No, I'm kidding. No. How long? Let's see, a couple days ago?
The only reason I bring it up is because the last time you came on the show, you were like 24 hours alcohol free. So I was going to see if you had a longer streak. So 48 hours.
48
alcohol free.
Yo, we out here, boy.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. I hope I stopped drinking.
I
One
need
day.
that for the clip.
One day. Okay.
Clip it.
Clip it.
You got into because we talked about last time you were on. You were going to the league. You were playing basketball in high school.
Yeah,
you were ready for the league. Then the calls just never came.
I hope you edit that podcast. Go back and edit that, please. But no,
I might put that with this.
yeah, put that with this. Put it together as long as one. Fucking yeah. Thought I was gonna go to the league, dog.
But you didn't party a lot in high school.
No,
We
no.
actually,
I
you
did
might not remember this, but we had a very deep,
huge
in-depth
Capricorn.
conversation about. Would you say huge
I
Capricorn?
was a huge Capricorn, dude. I was locked in, bro. I was very focused.
It was not Gemini. I don't
No,
know.
I was not Sagittarius out here. I wasn't just eating ass back then. Okay? Wasn't even wearing contact. I was like, no, you got to all natural. Okay.
But you didn't drink a lot in high school.
No, bro, not at all.
So this race situation, what happened with that?
The race? Oh yeah.
Because this was in high school.
I was like, black and white people. Oh, brother, don't get me started, man.
You're like, I know all about it. Let Uncle Phil talk to you for a second.
Dog, right here, race, right here. We're doing it. Was in fucking Biden,
That's it.
Obama, right here.
It's
baby.
over.
So I was
Oh,
yeah, bro.
Come on, I don't want to be Biden.
See, no, you have to be.
I
bro.
almost did the Obama voice.
Right, like my niggas.
I want to say, Cab is a great guy.
great guy.
And I can't help but go into this one.
Yeah.
Obama and Trump, 2024. We're gonna do it.
They're fucking dumb. They know it.
They love my swag. They love my
That's
swag.
good. That's good. When you get the mouth going, it's like
You
everything
gotta do it.
comes together. And I
With
was
their
drinking.
tiny little lady, my girlfriend Tracy, who I'm contractually obligated to mention on every
Yeah,
episode.
totally feel that.
She
See that?
when we first
You almost missed her, bro.
talked about both my exes.
Yeah.
so. Listen to the end, my love. This is
Man,
a
Dave,
long
scroll
one.
to the end, baby. I swear you're in there.
But when we first started dating, she opened up her closet. I was trying to turn this into a bit, but she opened up her closet and she had a bunch of COVID tests. But I'm from Florida. I didn't know what those look like. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, that's a lot of pregnancy tests for someone who was so concerned about a condom.
Oh, comedy.
Comedy.
Sorry.
And she was like, oh, you're from Florida. Have you have you never been vaccinated? And dude, I did the Trump impression. But you ever just keep pushing a bit too far?
Oh my God! Yeah.
I was like, I don't get the vaccine.
How long have you known her for?
I drank at this point like maybe a month.
Oh fuck!
I was
me.
like, I drank
The ick
Clorox.
was on the way.
Everything was fine. I'm good. And she was like, ha ha ha, very funny. And I just kept. I was like, no. And then I just dropped the voice and I was like, no, really, I'm not. I didn't get vaccinated. And like I got super serious, like libertarian serious. And I was
Oh
like,
my God!
no one's gonna tell me. And of course, I've been vaccinated. And
Bro,
boosted and
this is
everything.
wild.
But I just
She
kept,
just like
she
shat
kicked me out of her
herself.
apartment.
She what?
She was like, you need to leave.
Oh my God!
And I was like, you can't be serious. Like, my body, my choice. Like, throwing out all these stuff.
What? Yo, this poor girl.
She kicked me out.
Yo.
And then as I was leaving, because I was so committed to the bit, as I was walking out of her apartment, I turned and I go, you know I'm just kidding, right? And she went,
Oh shit! That's a keeper. I like that. I'm gonna use that one.
yeah.
Something that edgy.
Yeah. My body, my choice. I'm sure somebody has said that. But so you're totally Capricorn, totally locked in.
Yeah.
Not Sagittarius
Locked
at
in.
all. Going to the league. Steph Curry. Listen to the first episode. This man is wet from deep.
Yo, splash.
Whether it's beer pong or it's half court, we're going.
I'm playing tonight.
Are you really?
Yeah, I need to. I think I'm going on a date. So, bow.
So what happened in high school?
So high school.
You were actually at a party.
Had to reclaim my high school years. I actually drank on the day right before a big league game, because I was just like, I'm a senior now, fuck it.
Point. You ran point, right? Or
Yeah,
two?
point guard. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was with my buddies from high school. My boy Ryan, shout out to him, big entrepreneur in Philly, and my other buddy Clayton, also great dude, lives in North Carolina. And we drank.
Let's play a fun game.
Yeah, shut up. I know.
Guess which friends were white?
No, they're both black.
Oh, really?
Look at you, dickhead.
Now who's the asshole?
Right? He's like,
When you said Clayton and now lives in North
look,
Carolina.
Our parents wanted us to get jobs. So Colin's first name for me, Rands, and Clayton, okay? Clayton
I always
Stevens.
figured your name's Colin
Exactly.
because we all call you Cat.
You'll never know. You'll never know until now. Until now.
I'm gonna fucking pass out. He's like Clinton, and then you're like, you moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm like, oh, he's a good old boy.
He's a good old boy, right? Exactly. Meanwhile, Rand's entrepreneur in Philly. Fuck him.
Yeah, Rand. Yeah, come on. It worked. The parents were right. You gotta get jobs.
So we're drinking his parents' Ciroc, which is very black. Okay.
Is this at the house?
Is that his parents'
Are
crib?
people there?
No one's there. It's just three of us. We're just playing 2K.
Yeah.
Exploring alcohol. And nothing else. And so we get drunk as hell, and then it's like, what do you do when you're drunk? You're like, let's drive somewhere. Let's go to Wawa, okay?
Wawa, big in Philly.
Yo,
shout out
big
to
in
it.
Philly. Shout out Philly at Wawa, dog.
Yeah.
They're dying in Philly, though. We got to bring them shits back, yo.
Are you garbage?
It's
It's
like two
doing
of them,
everything
yo.
they can to bring
Crazy,
them back.
dog. Yo, they're bad, man. H. Foley, keep doing your work, man.
Shout out KJ.
And
Toby McMullen coming on the podcast.
who's that?
Their producer.
Oh, fire.
Come on.
Where? Who's his name?
Toby.
Toby.
He's been sober.
Oh,
for a
Toby.
while.
Toby's
Yeah,
great. Yeah, from Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're drinking, and then we're like, let's drive. And then we pull up in front of a car next to
Let's
us.
do it.
And then we're like, yo, let's race them.
What are you driving in?
Driving my mom's Toyota Highlander. Come on, dog.
Okay.
2004. I think got torque, baby. 6-cylinder.
Let's go. Off the line?
Off the line.
In the words of Vin Diesel, so much torque the chassis twisted as it came off the line. What's your best time? I don't know. She scares the shit out of me.
Was that in the movie
That's when
too?
no, that's in the original Fast and the Furious when he's given the whole quarter of a mile at a time speech.
God, is that the girl that he dated forever in the movie and stuff?
No,
Gay also,
he's
right?
talking to Paul Walker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Rodriguez. First name is Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle? Yeah. Oh, love her.
But he's given Paul Walker the quarter mile at a time. There was so much torque off the line, the chassis twisted. That's
Dude,
you in the Highlander.
You know
man.
exactly what your outfit was when you were watching that show. Exactly where you were at. Fucking full head of hair, playing football somewhere.
Or on a plane flying back from L.A., crying while he's giving the quarter of a mile at a time speech 6 months ago.
Holy shit! Oh, you watched it again? He's a real Fast and the Furious head. So I was getting Fast and Furious. I was getting Fast and Furious.
And you pull up. What do you pull up next to? Do you
Pull
remember?
up next to a dude in his car with his girl. Big Philly energy, right? Big Philly energy is to try to outdo other people for no reason, right?
What kind of car was it? Do you remember?
I think he had probably like a Ford Taurus.
It was a
some
car.
nut shit.
It was a
Yeah.
car, though.
It was a nut ass car. Like it was just
So,
niggas on the wheel.
Obviously, it's a Highlander. It's automatic. Did you pop it into neutral and rev the engine?
Maybe. I don't think I did though.
That seems like a cab move.
Yo, 100%. I think I might have. I think I did, Logan. No. What I did is we had all looked over at him, and then like pulled up to one light, then we pulled up to another light, and then last one we pulled off like essentially like, all right, now you see what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And just sped hard as shit. Right, we're on 76.
Is he with you? Is he trying to
Kelly Drive? Yeah. Eventually picks up on it, but he wasn't looking at us, so we're mad. So we're like, yo, fuck out of here, dickhead.
Yo,
Yeah, Philly shit. You know what I mean?
we're trying to take your girl.
Yo, we're trying to show your girl that 3 high schoolers are trying to go to jail tonight. All right, real rap. All right. We'll risk it all. For
Do
this.
that move where you look at her over him and go, "I love you," and then just take off.
Yo, right, exactly. Call my mom, like, Mom. She's like, what? No. So we peel off, and then the cops come, yo. The cops pull up.
So it's 3 lights. The first one, the second one, and then by the third one, you're like, "Let's let it rip."
Yup. We ride together, we die together.
Bad boys for life.
Bye, bye.
You saw they're coming out with another one?
No, are they? With
Yeah.
Will and Martin?
Yeah. They're on the
What?
run in this one.
Oh, my God.
It's a big
That's going to be
inside
hilarious.
job.
I think I did see is
The trailer's all
Jaden
over
in
it
it too?
I don't know.
Will's son?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
The trailer I saw was like the 30-second teaser.
Okay.
It's like the captain, the original captain, the guy from The Matrix, who's also been in The Sopranos, the white guy, I don't know, the Italian actor, I don't know his name.
Wait, not Keanu Reeves.
No,
the original captain. Oh,
The
God.
original captain from Bad
He
Boys.
was great.
He's like, if you're watching this, I'm dead.
A couple of grape sodas.
There's a
that
big
was that right? Bad Boys.
couple of grape sodas.
A couple of grape sodas. Yeah.
Why you always got to bring a racial, man?
No, sorry, because you know you want to go there.
No, that's the
okay?
next line.
I can see you, bro. You're like, God, do it. Fucking.
The next line in the movie. Should we get you some fried chicken and a couple of grape sodas? Why you always got to bring a racial, man?
He's like, oh, that's
That's
the
the
next
next
line.
line.
Oh shit, damn! I'm about to watch that when I get home.
Because he says that, and then Martin Lawrence looks at him and goes, "Hey, is it high tide? Don't you have some relatives to go pick up?"
Oh,
And then
that's
he goes,
funny.
he goes, why you always got to bring a racial, man?
Yo, that movie is
That we're quoting the second one. The second one I think is really good.
Yo, second one underrated.
Underrated. Not as good as the first, but
No.
underrated.
But the first one was it's a classic.
Yeah.
But the second one was shot well. That fucking scene where they're
Gabrielle
shooting
Union?
at each other. Was she in it? I don't even remember that.
She
vaguely.
plays the sister, Marcus's sister, Martin Lawrence's character's sister,
Got
who's
it.
dating Will Smith.
Yes.
That's where the iconic line-
Yeah. Because that was in the end of the first one, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where the iconic line comes from, where he comes out and he's got that purple jacket on. I'll never forget. And Will Smith flicks it on, and he goes, "Don't hate don't hate the player, hate the game." And then Martin Lawrence just looks at him and goes, "Hate the tailor." And I was like, fucking yes.
Those are just great like sitcom lines.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
perfect beats. Like three words or less.
And I went to school in South Florida, so and this is probably incredibly racist, and I probably shouldn't say it, but
Yeah, go ahead,
because
say
of
it,
that
though.
movie, I used to, whenever we'd see
I'd go up to Haitian people and be like,
Zoe Pounders are pirates, man, they steal anything.
"Wait, really?"
Yeah, so that's a line Will
Because he
Smith
said it-
says,
yeah.
about about this gang from it's a Haitian descent gang.
Yeah.
He's like, Zoe Pounders are pirates, man, they'll steal anything. So
Yeah.
living in South Florida, whenever I would see guys like dressed up like that, I'd be like, pirates,
You're like,
man,
no,
they'll
from the
steal
movie. From the movie. I'm just, yo, come on, dog. Don't stab me and stuff me with coke and ship me back to another. You better watch out, bro.
Oh, Christ.
Well, you already live there, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
My best friend is one of my best friends is from Haiti though, and he's gonna listen. Joe, it's from the movie.
His name's Joe. That nigga's not black. Come on. The fuck? Joseph.
Joe Dorville? You talking about
my
Joe
bad.
Dorville?
Dorvo. We got the
Dorville?
the French last name.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
Haitian, man.
Yeah. You got it.
Headphone Joe, no O, no E in the phone. Shout out to it. TV season 2. Check out
Huda.
the albums
Huida.
outside. No, he's co-host my sports podcast, Cheers from the Press Box, which we gotta get you on eventually.
Yo, love talking
Just
about
talk sports.
Dude, Stephon Diggs, crazy.
So, I'm a Jags fan, man. This is
Dog.
garbage.
We just
Calvin
talked
goes to Tennessee.
Bro, we brought them
Stephon-
up, and we're like, what the fuck is the Jags doing?
Nothing. We're
Don't
doing
worry, you guys got Mac Jones, though.
So what happens? The cops show up. We only have a few minutes left.
So bad. So anyway, so we cops show up. They drive past us.
We got Zay Jones. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
And Christian Kirk, the most overpaid slot wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, 100%. And you got
He's good, though.
Trevor
I like
Lawrence, who we still don't know about yet. Anyway, he's got long hair.
The fuck is going
He's got a
on?
long hair. He looks like Ryan Gosling. He's adorable.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah,
but
he's American Dream.
last year, it was like, oh, Urban Meyer fucked up his rookie year.
Yeah, where there's
Doug,
Chiefs now.
did you see how good he was with Doug Peterson? Year 2, MVP conversation, and he just flamed out.
Hey, I'm from Philly. I know Doug
Just-
Peterson's ceiling.
Overthrew Evan Ingram by 6 yards. On
Also
a
was hurt
fourth-
last year, though. So, all right, we'll give him a little bit of.
But last game of the season, to make the playoff, 4th and 6,
Doesn't
you
matter. They were hurt-
overthrow
they were
your
hurt before
wide
that,
open
though.
tight end by
was hurt
6
before
yards.
that.
But
It was bigger than that one play. Come
I
on.
know.
If you're-
Yeah, I know.
They fucking played the Chiefs right
Yeah,
before that.
we should have beat the Chiefs.
You guys also
Anyway.
should have lost to the fucking Ravens against Tyler Huntley. But anyway, so
Jake Browning put up 330 yards.
all right. So drives past us. We're like our careers are over.
Yeah.
This whole Brian,
Our careers.
I'm going to college. My buddy's going to Temple. I'm going to LaSalle. My other buddy.
Rival's going to be like, hey, man, take these guys off the
Yeah,
recruiting board.
literally, this 5'10" fat point guard. He's no way he's gonna make it now.
5'8" and a quarter. All right.
Yeah, literally, fuck you. Anyway, so so fucking drives past us, pulls that guy in. So
the
we're
Taurus-
driving, and then the dude with the Ford Taurus is like, nah, fuck this. Somehow drives faster than us.
Jumps down from. Yeah, you're in a Toyota Highlander with like.
Nah, but it was a 6-cylinder. This shit moved.
I know.
This shit was spiffy. All right. Anyway.
It was a heavy car.
Yeah, no, 100%. Should have for sure beat us, but we didn't think he had it in him. But he did. He had the dog in him. And the cop.
If you're a puppy, stay on the port.
Yeah.
Big dog's got to eat.
Look, Trayvon, I know you're out there somewhere, but paying off this ticket right now. Cop light flicker off. So we're looking in the rear view. I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. So I pull over. I'm like, yo, it's a wrap, guys. We fucked
Drunk off the
up,
rock.
dog. We're so dumb. I'm closing my eyes. Cop drives behind past us, dog, to pull over this other dude. And we're just like, holy shit. Then we're just dying laughing. Like, oh shit. Yo, get the fuck out of here, dog. Yo, it was
Dude.
crazy, bro.
That's nuts.
So we get Wawa. We go back home. We drink. I punch my friend in his face because I'm drunk. But
We've all done it.
I'm not mad. But not even mad. Just punch me in the face.
We've all done it. We've literally all done it. To get out of work one time, my roommate was like, punch me as hard as you can in the face.
So dumb.
I don't know. We're drunk and we
It's
did
like,
it.
come here, buddy. So I punch him in the face. I'm drunk, so I'm blacking in and out. My buddy's like, just let it rock. He's drunk. And I'm just like, so we're watching the fucking movie, and then fucking, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to lay down. So I lay down on the couch. They play Madden. The rest is history.
Dude, what a
crazy.
happy story to end it on.
Dude,
Got out scot
don't
free.
worry. The next day, fucking, their mom realized that we
We're drunk and took the car?
filled the Ciroc, refilled the Ciroc bottle
with
water. Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Idiots. Why is this freezing?
Right.
Dude, this was fun, bro.
Dude, love you, buddy. Always
Love
a pleasure,
you.
man. Fucking.
Plug everything one more time.
Dude, Running Late Comedy Show. April 13th, Running Late with Cav, variety show. Dog, once again, dancers, musicians, all other creative artists. Want you guys to reach out to me. We're doing more than just comics now. Also, May 5th, Cinco de Drinko, doing a big show at the Stand.
Hell yeah.
Also follow me, Cab_watching on Instagram. Love y'all.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening at Brennan T. Comedy on all social media, BrennanTComedy.com. Check out the one-man show, Ex-Drinking Buddy, a comics look at life, near-death recovery, and redemption. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Yo, peace.
What's the 4?
Oh, it's an angel number.
Oh,
Represents that someone's looking over you.
yeah.
And that you're on the right path.
I thought that was your number in high school.
No. My number is 3, actually.